Thank you, Madam President, for allowing me the 45 minutes to an hour to speak to the graduates. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm going to say to you what I'm sure actress Elizabeth Taylor told all 8 of her ex-husbands. I won't keep you very long. But I want to take this time and I want you all to thank the faculty, the staff, the family, the friends of everybody who had anything to do with the students being here today. Would you please give them a round of applause? Now also, there's a group of people who, graduates, you gotta thank, and they're often left off of the celebrations, they're left off of the thank yous. They're often overlooked and overshadowed. These people inspired you to be here, motivated you to be here. They gave you all the inspiration you needed to get across this stage. I want you to give a huge round of applause to your haters. I want you to give your haters a go. Because some of you would not be here today had it not been for your haters. It was your haters who said you couldn't do it, you wouldn't do it, you shouldn't do it, and you wanted to prove them wrong. Thank you. If I was a Baptist preacher and I had to pull a theme for this speech, it would be, it is your time, it is your turn, but if you don't do your part, it's your fault. Let me say that again. It is your time, it is your turn, but if you don't do your part, it's your fault. Dr. Miles Monroe once said, the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but the greatest tragedy in life is to be given life and not know why you're living. Ooh, I said something. The greatest tragedy in life, it is not death, but the greatest tragedy in life is to be given life and not know why you're living. To wake up and recognize that you have 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, 4 weeks in a month, 12 months in a year, multiply that time, the number of years you've been on this earth, and you have no idea why you're here. You should understand your purpose. Mark Twain said the 2 greatest days of your life is the day that you were born and the day that you realize why you were born. Now, I personally believe there are 3 great days in your life: the day that you were born, the day that you were born again, and the day that you realize why you were born again. But that's a message of a different day. The great philosopher Steve Harvey said, your career is what you're paid for, but your calling is what you're made for. On November the 7th, 1991, I discovered my purpose. I discovered I was a poet. And that was the last day that I used an alarm clock to wake me up. Now my purpose wakes me up daily. Don't let anyone, not even yourself, sabotage you from your purpose. Let me give you some advice. On your way to your career and your calling, and I hope they're one and the same, that you separate yourself from people who mean you no good. I used to live off Beaufort Highway not too long ago, and back in the early 80s when I first moved to Atlanta. And I'll never forget, I came out of my apartment this beautiful spring morning, similar to today. And I came out of my apartment just to enjoy the beauty and the fresh air. And this guy came out of his apartment, and we spoke. This car drove by, and the guy in the apartment adjacent to mine knew the guy, so he yelled for the guy, shouted for the guy, whistled for the guy to stop. The guy stopped, and he said, "Hey, man, where you going?" And the guy yelled back up, "Nowhere." The guy said, "Hold up, let me go with you." I tell you that story because I also spoke in every youth detention center in the state of Georgia twice before the pandemic and some other correctional facilities. And I met some people in there who had gotten in the car with people who were going nowhere, and it changed their whole lives. They didn't know the car was stolen. They didn't know there was drugs in the car. They didn't know the car had a gun in it. And when the car went down, everyone went down. Be careful and choose your friends wisely. My pastor, Reverend Cameron Madison Alexander, used to say, if a drunk hang out with a drunk, neither one of them ever be sober. If you're hanging out with people who's not going nowhere, it's not going to be long before you have your brakes on. Choose your friends wisely. Did you all know graduates a dead battery can't jump another dead battery? Make sure you choose somebody who inspires you. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental and your physical health. Eat clean, exercise, be committed to your own personal growth and development. Don't let this be the last degree or class you take. Continue to grow. Today is day 1,959 straight workout days for me. Have not missed a day since December 30th, 2016. I'm committed to my personal health. I work hard and I eat healthy, and I try to do everything I can to be healthy. There's a quote that says, one man or woman who's committed is far greater than 1,000 with interest. One man or woman who's committed is far greater than 1,000 with interest. Be committed to your own personal growth. Be mad. Wake up and be mad. One of the things that I love about Dr. King and Gandhi and Mother Teresa, Dr. Lowry, Dr. Vivian, Princess Diana, Congressman John Lewis, and still living Dr. Janetta B. Cole, one thing that I love about them, they were always mad. They're always mad. They're mad in the mornings, mad in the afternoons, mad in the evenings, mad on holidays, mad on their birthdays, mad, mad, mad. Oh, I'm sorry, MAD is an acronym, making a difference. Motivated and determined. They were double mad. They were mad. They were double mad. They were motivated and determined to make a difference. Mother Teresa said, people are often unreasonable and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you find people are fine, if you're kind, people will accuse you of an ulterior motive. Be kind anyway. If you're honest, people may cheat you, but be honest anyway. If you find happiness, people may be jealous, but be happy anyway. The good you do today may be forgotten tomorrow, but do good anyway. Give the world the very best you have, and it may never be enough, but give your best anyway. You see, for in the end, it was between you and God and never between you and them anyway. Alan Kay said, the best way to predict the future is to invent it. Graduates of 2022, invent a world of love, peace, forgiveness, happiness, harmony. And don't be too hard on yourself. As long as you can feel pain, you're still alive. As long as you make mistakes, you're still human. As long as you keep trying, there's still hope. Give your absolutely best. Grind, keep moving, keep fighting. And it's not going to always happen quickly. There's a plant called the Japanese bamboo plant. It's a particularly hard seed to grow. You have to water and fertilize this plant, Madam President, every single day for 4 years before it breaks the soil. Every single day for 4 years. Now, I'm not sure about you all graduates, but it would be hard for me to water and fertilize anything every single day for 4 months. Okay, 4 weeks. Okay, 4 days and not see something come out of the ground. But you have to water and fertilize this plant every single day. But when it breaks the soil, it grows at a rate of about 4 feet a day. It grows up to about 90 feet in a month. Now, the cosmic question is, does this plant grow 90 feet in a month or 90 feet in 4 years? Well, I'm looking at some smart graduates. You all know it's 90 feet in 4 years because at any given point, had you stopped watering and fertilizing this plant, it would have died. Keep on grinding. I promise you it's going to come. Keep on working hard. It's going to come. But let me give you the key to why you're working hard and why you're waiting on something to happen. Serve, help, give somebody, do something nice. Dr. King said, if you want to be important, wonderful. If you want to be great, wonderful. If you want to be recognized, wonderful. But recognize he or she who's greatest among you shall be a servant. That's the new definition of greatness. And by giving a definition of greatness, it means everyone can be great because everyone can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verbs agree to serve. You don't have to know Plato or Aristotle, Einstein theory of relativity, or second theory, or thermodynamics and physics to serve. You only need a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love, and you too can be that servant. Some of the best days in my life, graduates, are the days not when I was getting something, when I was getting an Emmy, when I was getting a good job, or when I was getting a raise, or when I was getting the title Poet Laureate. Some of the best days of my life is not when I was getting, but when I was giving. When I was feeding the homeless and speaking in prisons and youth detention centers and mentoring people. And finally, I want to talk to you about time. I read an article not too long ago that says the average person gets 30,000 days in a lifetime. 30,000 days. So immediately, Madam President, I began to do some math. I divided 365 into the 30,000 to get an idea of how many years that was, and it was roughly 82. I did some more math. I multiplied 365 times 58 at my age to get an idea of how many days I had used. I had used well over 20,000 and some change days. I subtracted the 20,000 and some change days from the 30,000 that I could possibly have, and it was 9,000 and some change days left. Now it's getting real scary, Madam President. I divided 360 into the 9,000 some change days, and it was roughly 25.7. I'm trying to round it up to 26. And then I said, well, I work out every single day. I've already gotten 11,000 steps in the day already. I work out every single day. I said, my grandmother lived to be 98. My mom almost made 94. And then I remember my sister didn't get 60 because she died of breast cancer. Kobe Bryant didn't get 40. His daughter Gianna didn't get 15. And I said, but if I live to be 100, I have more days behind me than I have in front of me. Graduates, the majority of you have more days ahead of you than you have behind you. Don't let anybody waste your time. You can't get your time back. Don't let them waste your time. I've loaned people money. I've loaned them money, and they didn't repay me. We're still friends. I just don't loan them money anymore. I've let people borrow things from me. They hadn't returned the things, and we're still friends. I just don't loan them things anymore. I've had people to lie to me and lie on me, and we're still friends, maybe from a distance. But if you waste my time, that's where the rubber meets the road. That's where I separate myself from you. That's where I leave, because I can't get my time back. Dr. Benjamin May says, I only have a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it, didn't seek it, didn't choose it, but it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I abuse it, give account if I lose it. Just a tiny little minute, but all eternity is wrapped up in it. Stop waiting to enjoy special occasions like New Year's Eve and birthdays and holidays. Enjoy every single second of the 86,400 seconds you get daily. Enjoy every single second that you get. Enjoy, get up and then see some spectacular sunrises and some amazing sunsets. Make your Mondays as phenomenal as your Fridays. Everybody gets the same amount of time in a day. Oprah Winfrey, Dan Cathy, Tom Brady, Beyonce, Michael Jordan, is how they use their time. Your most valuable asset, graduates, will not be your house. It won't be your car. It won't be your financial portfolio. Steve Jobs, one of the richest men who founded Apple, had more money than he knew what to do with. When he was dying, he could assemble one of the best medical teams ever, could get the best medicine and the best treatment ever. He could rent a private wing on a hospital. But when he was dying, he couldn't buy more time. Learn to move beyond issues. Learn to get over bad experiences. As I take my seat, I want to share with you a quick story. There was this farmer whose donkey had fallen into a hole. The donkey had fallen into a hole, and so he was trying to get the donkey out of the hole. Couldn't get the donkey out of the hole. He called for friends to help him, and he couldn't get the donkey out of the hole. Finally, he said, I'm about to bury this donkey alive. So he began to throw dirt on the donkey. And he threw more dirt on the donkey. And he threw more dirt on the donkey. But something magical was happening. Every time he threw dirt on the donkey would shake it off, and he would stomp on it. Threw more dirt, he would shake it off, and he would stomp on it. Threw some more, and he would shake it off, and he would stomp on it. Finally, he had thrown enough dirt on the donkey that the donkey could walk out of the hole. Class of 2022, learn how to shake it off, stomp on it, and walk away. It is your time. It is your turn. And if you don't do your part, it will be your fault. See you at the top, class of 2022, because the bottom is just too crowded. And if you never come face to face with the devil, you and him must be heading in the same direction.